I have a potential client for a listing, and we exchanged conversations as well as email, and he asked for some pricing analysis, which I dived deep into. I sent him the pricing analysis report, got a response back, and I had a next step comment in my email, so we knew what to take it to. And his response was, "Great, thanks, I'll review this," period. He's a busy medical professional, and so I just answered back, basically, "Great, I look forward to your review and discussing, the next step," or I think I said, "I look forward to our discussion about your strategy for moving forward," etc. So now I'm waiting for his review, and I'm giving him some time because he's a medical professional and he's very busy. I'm curious about the next step on that.
Yeah. Okay. You did yourself, not bad, there's nothing bad in there, but you did yourself a little bit of a disservice in the communication. Did you catch what it was?
No.
Okay. It's fine. You weren't NSO, meaning we just left the next step in his court without you having a next step. The other thing that I'm hearing in the way that discussion went is you looked forward to the discussion, right? We don't look forward to the discussion. This is a listing agreement, correct?
I mean, it will be once he decides on his time frame and et cetera, yeah.
Perfect. You want the listing, right? So we don't want to constantly say we're looking forward to talking more, because that puts them, because they're nervous, right? They want to make sure they have the right outfit, the right agent. They want to make sure everything's right. A lot of times when we say, hey, I look forward to hearing your analysis, it's like it's adding extra weight in there, and it could add extra stress to the decision. It's already a stressful decision. We don't want to point the spotlight at all of the stress. Here's what you could have done, and you could still do this. You don't even need to respond. You can still do this, but when he says, and I'd have to roll the tape back to what he said originally, but when he said originally is, hey, I need to think this over, I need to look at this, or I need some time, right? You could say, makes perfect sense, and then quickly just set a next step. I'll reach out to you Monday the 27th if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because then we're not jiving around. Like,
thanks for the email.
Yeah.
His response was really simple. Thanks for the email. I'll spend time looking it over.
Sounds great. I'll reach out to you Monday the 27th if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Perfect. Because the fair enough gives him a parachute to abort the 27th call, which might happen, right? Oh no, we're going to be in Aspen until the 29th. Awesome. Congratulations. Enjoy Aspen. I'll call you the 30th if I haven't heard from you before then. And now, but see, this is what's so cool about the Easton University process, Robert, is now you're like, that is on the shelf, and it's like, boom, well, I put that one on the shelf. Now I can grab the next part, work on that, right? This is like Henry Ford assembly line type of stuff. And I know it's not sexy, but this is what makes your life easier and less stressful, because you don't have to worry about, hey, I talked to that guy. He says he needs to think about it. He says there's a lot to think about it. He thanked me for the email. I let him know. I'll call. Now, here's the difference. There's a huge difference between I'll call you Monday the 27th, fair enough, and I'll call you Monday the 27th if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Because if I haven't heard from you before then, sets the expectation that you're expecting him to reach out to you, right? And that's a much better expectation, because it is really weird. People will follow our exact instructions, and if our exact instructions are, I'll call you the 27th, they won't call us, right? Even if they want to talk sooner than that, right? Which is, I always say, I always make, and I wouldn't put this in an email or text because it gets lengthy, but if it was a live call, I always say things like, and listen, my mobile 720-660-3202, you have anything that comes up or you're reviewing it and you're thinking about it, even if it's the middle of the night, feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text. I turn my phone off if I'm asleep. You'll never bother me. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then, you know what, if I don't hear from you by Monday the 27th, I'll give you a call then. Fair enough? Right? And it's like, and I purposely slow down to try and think like I'm organically thinking of a time. But I know exactly, what I want to do, right? And in your case, you know exactly how much time you want to wait when somebody says, I need to think about it. In your case, with this being a multi-million-dollar transaction, you probably don't want to say, I'll call you tomorrow, right? That's a little aggressive. But I would maybe go 3 business days. So if it's a Wednesday and they're looking at it, I'd say I'll call you Monday, right? If it's a Thursday and they're looking at it, I'll call you Tuesday. You can play around with that cadence there. But just...
So now that I haven't done that properly, what would you suggest I do to circle back?
Just, hey, you can't use as promised because you didn't promise. Calling to see if it makes sense to move forward with the listing agreement. Don't say, I'm calling to see what you thought of the proposal. Just say, and this is, and we talked about this, right? He put you in a hole. Ah, I'm in a hole. He's got to review everything. Don't put yourself back in that hole. Putting yourself back in the hole sounds like this. Hey, Matt, it's Robert. I'm calling to see. I know you had said you needed to look over everything. Calling to see if you had time to look over everything. No, I didn't. Okay, what's a good next step? Call me in 2 weeks. All right, I'll call you in 2 weeks if I haven't heard from you before then. Fair enough? Still kind of skillful, but you slapped yourself right dab in the middle of the hole, right? Here's what you need to realize. Even though somebody said yesterday, I have to look at this is a lot to digest, the last thing I want to do is remind them that it's a lot to digest. The last thing I want to do is freak them out. So you're just going to call them on Monday and go, hey, Matt, it's Robert calling to see if it makes sense to move forward with the listing agreement. Right? And you're probably going to get their voicemail. Hey, Matt, it's Robert calling to see if it makes sense to move forward with the listing agreement. I'm on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Here's the 4 outcomes for that call. 1, he's not going to call you back, okay? Which then you're going to wait a specified amount of time, say the same damn thing again. Without any passive aggressiveness, tonality, same voice. Hey, Matt, it's Robert calling to see if it makes sense to move forward with the listing agreement. I'm on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Okay, he doesn't call you back. That's option number 1. He does call you back and goes, hey, I had a question on this, this, and this. Awesome. Yeah, what's the question? Right? When you said the house is worth X, did you take into account that we were going to paint the interior? Yes, I did. Right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was in your price. Does it make sense to move forward with the listing agreement? Yes, it does. Okay? Or he could call you back and go, hey, I haven't looked at it. I need some more time. Absolutely. How much more time do you need? Right? I just need a couple more days. Makes perfect sense. I'll give you a call Thursday, 2 p.m. if I haven't heard from you before then. You're just constantly setting a next step, but not putting yourself back into holes that people put you in. Right? It's not our job to win every little thing that they put out. Sometimes you don't have to win those. You can skip those. And that's where it's like, that's where sales gets really fun, is when you realize just because somebody puts an objection or a gate in front of you. I have a deal right now, a huge deal, where the guy keeps saying, I'm going to introduce you to the new VP of sales. I do not, and he hasn't done it in 4 months. But when I leave Chris a voicemail, I don't say, hey Chris, just calling to see if you got around to talking to the new VP of sales about Easton University. Hey Chris, calling to see if it makes sense to get your team access to Easton University so you can go from 22 million on up to that 27,500,000 that the CEO set in your plate for 2024. I'm on my mobile, 720-6. I'm gonna let him tell me, no, I can't do this until the VP of sales looks at it. Because I don't even know if the VP of sales is going to still be around. I've been working this deal for 90 days. She may be gone by the time they sign up. Who knows? But I'm not going to put myself back in that hole. I'm not sure if it's for you, but if you work in sales and you absolutely positively have to double or triple the amount of money you're making in order to truly enjoy your life, click the link here. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Easton University. It's the most effective sales coaching in the world. Click the link here. Check it out. You're going to see we'll give you access to an on-demand learning portal that's going to give you video coaching with me on everything you need to know to double or triple your income, or even more. Everything from prospecting to closing to handling objections and complaints to building your personal network and self-confidence, but it doesn't stop there. Click the link here. You're going to see that when you get a membership to Easton University, you're also going to have the ability to do live coaching with me twice a week. You can ask me any questions. We can work through anything you're struggling with. I will be there with you every step of the way to help you double your income in sales right now. Click the link now. You're going to see we've helped thousands of people just like you and we have the video testimonials from them to prove it. Easton University is more than a learning portal. It's more than live coaching with me. It's your future, and you and your future are worth it. Click the link now. I'll see you at Easton University.